And there was no sign of Lathan. I don't know whether to be grateful or concerned.
We'll find him, Val. Now go check on the Pearl while I speak to our new guest. What a rare honor Valcerin bestowed upon you. Only a select few not of our order have ever walked upon this sacred island. Val tells me your aid was indispensable in uncovering the false Aldark's plot on Somerset. Unfortunate, certainly. The magic you describe sounds familiar, though I can't quite recall where I've heard of it before. I fear the pearls may be a harbinger of the threat Sothasil warned us about. Sothasil, one of the living gods of the Dark Elf Tribunal. He's an honorary member of our order. After an attack on his clockwork city, he warned us about a Daedric threat to Somerset and Artaeum. I sent Valcerin to investigate. Indeed, but not until we finish studying the Pearl Valcerin brought us. There are mysteries to unravel, and Val believes you will be instrumental to our success. We can get started immediately, unless you want to explore our island first. The next step involves a thorough examination of the strange pearl you and Valcerin recovered from beneath the Shimmerine Monastery. Hopefully, we can learn more about the false Aldark and the source of the pearl's magic. We are the Psijic Order, friend of Valcerin. There is very little we cannot accomplish through the application of the old ways. Every object remembers its history. The trick involves selecting the correct ritual to reveal those buried memories. While I head inside to begin the augury ritual, I'd like you to go to Sothasil's study in the tower, find my acolyte, Oriandra, and ask her for Sothasil's amplification elixir. We may need it if the pearl proves to be resistant to our magic.
You must be the adventurer that Valcerin was going on about. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to our secret island. Oh, I suppose you already talked to the Rite Master, seeing as you're here in Kapora Tower. That strange pearl has certainly been reluctant to reveal its secrets. The Rite Master hates it when an inanimate object refuses to cooperate. Regarding the amplification elixir, I just cataloged it. It's a Sothasil creation, as you'd expect. What? No, not in the traditional sense. He's not one of our monks, if that's what you're asking. More like an honorary member, I guess you'd say. According to my records, the silver vial should be right over there. As soon as the pearl arrived via Valcerin's transference spell, the Rite Master gathered the conclave to prepare an augury ritual. He's been cycling sages through to keep them fresh, while slowly increasing the intensity of the ritual. I'm the Rite Master's acolyte. I have other duties to perform. Besides, such a complex ritual requires the power of the conclave of the 11 forces. I'm not that strong yet. Under the Rite Master's tutelage, I expect to attain that rank. One day. Despite opinions to the contrary, being an Altmer isn't a prerequisite for membership in the Psijic Order. The Rite Master noticed my potential and invited me to join. I had a year to consider the offer, but I made my decision immediately. I was examining the vial of amplification elixir myself just a short time ago. It should be right over there.
Was Oriandra able to direct you to the proper elixir? Without something to amplify the magic, our ritual is going to fail. Just in time. For the next stage of the ritual, if you have no objections, I'd like you to join us. Your experiences alongside Valcerin might help reveal what has so far eluded our efforts. We'll handle the magic. You pour the elixir into the scrying pool and stand close. As the ritual's power amplifies, your experiences with the Pearl and the False Aldark should help the augury do its job. We want to discover the origin of the Pearl and its strange magic. In addition, anything we can learn about the False Aldark and his connection to the Pearl would be helpful. Otherwise, we're stepping blindly into Oblivion's maw here. Pour the elixir into the pool. That should provide the final boost we need to trigger the augury.
Here we stand, the most favored servants of Clavicus Vile, Mephala, and Nocturnal, on the verge of the greatest victory for our princes.
Are you sure those creatures can be trusted?
Have no fear. Isn't that why we formed the Court of Bedlam? Besides, what happens next in Relenthiel will seal Somerset's fate.
That was unnerving. It seems the False Aldark belonged to an alliance of Daedric cultists called the Court of Bedlam. Imagine, the faithful of Clavicus Vile, Mephala, and Nocturnal working together. This is more serious than I anticipated. No, but I'm hardly an expert on the Daedric cults of Tamriel. The magic I sensed in the Pearl, though, it doesn't contain the taint of Oblivion. We're missing something. But what? I suppose we'll need to find out what's going on in Relenthiel. I hoped you'd say that. Relenthiel sits to the west of Shimmerine, just across the mountains. I'll send Valcerin with you to talk to the Cannon Reeve. The False Aldark may be dead, but Mephala's and Nocturnal's agents remain, as well as the Pearls. I may not be a natural prognosticator, but I had a feeling you might. Go ahead. I'll answer what I can. From what I've experienced, an alliance isn't just unusual, it's contrary to their very nature. Oh, they'll work together from time to time, but something as complex as what Sotha Seal hinted at is unheard of. Makes me interested to learn more. The augury ritual extracted a vision of the False Aldark and the Court of Bedlam, but nothing specifically about the Pearl. Its magic isn't Daedric, though. How they can steal life energy and use it to summon those sea creatures remains a mystery.
Ah, this one has been looking for you. Raz's investigations have brought him to Relenthiel. When this one noticed your Sijic friend slip into town, Raz figured you'd be along soon. So, what did you discover on Arteum, the island that isn't here anymore? Ugh, that made Raz's head hurt. Yes, this one has been exploring the Daedra connection as well. But Raz hates Daedra. In Raz's experience, very little good comes from dealing with Daedra or their cultists. And this revelation brings you to Relenthiel, yes? That is disturbingly vague. Why must cryptic cultists be so... cryptic? Well, Raz saw Valserin head toward Canonry Farmeldo's house. This one suggests we start our investigation of the area there.
Drat! Which one could he possibly be?
Go inside and we'll discuss this later. And take off that ridiculous hood.
Ridiculous? I'll show you what's ridiculous. I'll show you all!
You think as Canon Reeve I'd be immune to the troublesome temper of a spoiled and rebellious child. But what distinguished visitors I have today. A wandering sage, a well-dressed Khajiit, and you. What brings such a group to Relenthiel? Investigating. For who? Well, there have been 3 reports this week of someone disappearing. And my intractable son Nadoril and his malcontent friends have been cavorting around the large sinkhole that recently appeared. What are you implying? They're just young and proud of their heritage. I wouldn't draw such a harsh conclusion without substantial evidence. I can't understand why they're fascinated with the sinkhole, but that doesn't make them criminals. It's unusual for newcomers to encroach upon Altmer affairs, especially since we rarely saw any prior to the Queen's decree. If you want to investigate, I won't try to stop you. And if anything happens, maybe it will teach my son to avoid the place.
Raz wants to ask the Canon Reeve a few more questions. Take the Sijic and go investigate the sinkhole.
Dawnbreaker, open the way! Oh, come on! Stupid Daedric interference! I'll be back! Ha!
I think we can enter through these roots.
He attacked Eldon, and one of those horrible creatures tore off my hood!
That young woman was certainly in a hurry. And what was that about Nadoril and an attack? Yes, well, let's be on our guard then. I don't think this sinkhole is completely natural. Its size concerns me. If the ground continues to fall away, it could swallow all of Relenthiel. It certainly feels dangerous. And if it does figure into the Court of Bedlin's plans, well, I can't think of a more frightening event than watching Relenthiel get swallowed by a sinkhole. Let's proceed and find out what's going on down here. The walls and ceiling, they don't look stable. I'll try to reinforce the weak spots and catch up with you. Those Yago creatures. Be careful. The size of this place. It's almost as if someone dug up through the island. I'll teleport closer to the central area and meet you there.
Someone there! Help! Please help!
Crazy bastard stabbed me! Gods! This hurts! It was just kind of fun, joining the Court of Bedlam, espousing the virtues of our Ultima heritage. But Nedoral, he took things too far. When we heard that they planned to release those creatures, I made the mistake of saying they were insane. Nedoral objected, called me unworthy. That's when he stabbed me.
The Court of Bedlam will eradicate the lesser races. Maybe even deal with our unworthy queen.
Over here. Keep quiet and tell me if you see what I see. You see that, right? My eyes aren't playing tricks on me. That's a sea sload. They haven't been seen in Somerset since, well, it's been centuries at least. A vile and dangerous species. Very powerful. The sea sload come from the distant underwater kingdom of Ulvorkus. Who's that hooded figure with the sload? And look, more of those abyssal pearls. They're everywhere. The Sload are a godless people. Perhaps the most hated in Tamriel. And the Sea Sload are even worse. They employ depraved magic and have long coveted Somerset. They believe it once belonged to them. They pillage, release plagues. They're horrible. They could certainly have a connection to the Sea Sload's submerged kingdom, but they appear to have been placed down here. Look how the Yagra are drawn to them. I'll head for the Sea Sload. You deal with those abyssal pearls.
Master! Intruders in the cave!
Heed me, my creatures! Destroy the intruders!
That young idiot. We need to get over there.
Witness the power of Katora, the Abyssal Cabal!
This way! Up here! Damn! No sign of where the sea slow disappeared to. Damn it! I wasn't fast enough. For the time being, let's see what's through that opening. The sea sload left us something to remember it by. We need to dispatch that creature. There! I think we can get out over there.
Hurry, this way! Somehow Raz knew he'd find you here.
Sea Sloads. This is worse than the Right Master imagined. Meet me in Artaeum after you talk to the Queen's Eye.
Did the pretty Sijik say Sea Sload? No, Raz must have heard wrong. That could not have been what she said. Sload, that's bad. And Sea Sload, that sounds even worse. If the Sea Sload threatens Somerset, Queen Irene must be informed. We need to act. Wait, what did you say about the Cannon Reeve's son? Daedra worshippers. In Somerset. And Sload. Oh, Raz likes this situation less and less. As for Nedoril, Raz knows how to deal with traitors. This one will meet you at the Cannon Reeve's house.
The Eye of the Queen? How dare you accuse my son of treason? The Queen's Eye. How dare he not identify himself when he first arrived? And how dare he accuse my foolish son of something as serious as treason? The Queen shall hear of this, mark my words. Sea Sload? Plus all this nonsense about Altma's superiority, and now murder? I am the Canon Reeve of Relenthil. I took an oath to serve and protect my community. How in the Queen's name am I supposed to reconcile my son's actions? Oh, Nedoril, what have you done? Please, you must talk to the Queen's Eye. He needs to show mercy. I'm sure we can find a way to resolve this without... Oh, here comes Nedoril now.
Foolishness can be ignored. Murder and treason, not so much.
You and your queen have no authority over a true Altma, you mangy cat.
This one cannot allow your crimes to stand unanswered.
Nedoril! No! No! I understand. Relenthil is loyal to the Queen.
Sometimes the eye sees treason and must cut it out before it spreads. This one is sorry you had to witness that. Blasphemy, treason, murder. How many crimes must one commit to attract the attention of the executioner's blade? Raz decided that a message had to be sent. Enemies of the Queen will not be tolerated. Treason and the Queen's justice are serious business. Raz has been forced into this role on rare occasions, but he never seeks it out or looks forward to wielding the blade. A necessary part of my job, yes. No. Raz will see to the Canon Reeve and send word to the Queen before looking deeper into the Court of Bedlam. You should return to Artaeum and let the Sijiks know what we learned. I tell you, Five Claw, this whole situation makes Raz want to hiss.
Friend of Valseren, I have a proposal for you.
Ah, friend of Valseren. I've been informed that you encountered a sea Sload in a sinkhole beneath Relenthiel. That bodes ill for Somerset, perhaps all of Nirn. I fear there are difficult days ahead. I'm familiar with that particular sea Sload and its renegades. Call themselves the Abyssal Cabal. I thought I defeated them long ago, but it appears I was in error. What about the pearls? Valseren mentioned you encountered more in the sinkhole. Val described those seaborne monstrosities. I have a vague recollection of Keturah utilizing such creatures in the past, but for some reason, the memories refuse to snap into focus. I suppose that's another mystery I'll need to look into. The Daedric princes require minions to carry out their will, and the Sload have always had an interest in the green and pleasant island. It isn't hard to see why they might work together. For now, you have my thanks for assisting Valseren. I asked the Conclave of the 11 Forces to ponder how we can learn more from the Abyssal Pearl. With the additional information you provided, I expect that Iredel or Amalira will be able to develop a new avenue of investigation now. The augury ritual revealed the connection to the Court of Bedlam and pointed to trouble in Relenthiel. Now we need to determine where Keturah and the Sea Sloats are hiding. The Abyssal Pearl should be able to point us in the right direction. Meet me in the main gallery. We can consult with the rest of the Conclave and use the scrying pool to continue our probe of the Pearl. As much as this situation concerns me, I must admit, I somewhat enjoy being in the middle of the action again.
Right, Master. The Abyssal Pearl. It's gone.
Gone? How? I set the protections personally.
How could the Abyssal Pearl disappear like that? It makes no sense. A few hours ago, we left it in the scrying pool in the main gallery while the members of the Conclave of the 11 Forces went to deal with other matters of importance. When I returned, I immediately noticed that the pearl was missing. Yes, that's standard procedure when dealing with an unknown relic. But that just makes the pearl's disappearance more troubling. Something about this feels wrong.
See what the scrying pool reveals. There's something happening on the beach.
It's the Yagra. They're invading Artaeum.
The Pearl. Somehow it was used to summon the Yagra. We need to defend the beach.
Wait, is that a sword?
That would be mine. I'm on my way to help. Eventually.
The Golden Knight and his sword can wait. The Yagra are our primary concern. The scrying pool revealed that Yagra have invaded our island. They must have somehow used the Abyssal Pearl to open a pathway. We need to get down to the beach and repel the invaders. The Sea Sload have always been envious of Artaeum and its secrets. From the beach, they can reach the ruins of the College of Sigix, where we store relics and other items of arcane significance. If the Sea Sload acquire any of those artifacts, that's a mystery we can solve after we deal with the immediate problem. We need to get down to the beach, destroy the Pearl, and close the Yagra's portal. Will you aid me in these endeavors?
Follow the right, Master. I'll portal myself and meet you there. Let me accompany you.
You need to rally the others. Your friend and I should be able to handle this. We can reach the beach through this section of the old college. Hurry, this way. Before we charge into certain danger, you need to know something isn't right. I remember defeating Katora, but somehow the creature and its cabal have returned. And the pearl, I have a vague memory of moving it myself. I am unsettled. That's just it. The vague memory. It feels as though it belongs to someone else. Forgive me. We can worry about that later. Now, we need to find the Abyssal Pearl and cut off its connection to Artaeum. Only then can we stop the flow of Yagra. Very good. After the Pearl is destroyed, we need to search the vaults and make sure none of the creatures breached the defenses. I tried to examine the area through the scrying pool, but something blocked my efforts. Are you ready to proceed? There's the Pearl. Destroy it and close that portal. Now let's go check on the vaults. This way! Hurry! These ancient vaults house relics of great power and unusual nature. I sense... Yes, Katora is here. Be on your guard, friend of Valcerin. The Sload, or one of its agents. I have a strange feeling, so be on your guard. I can think of a number of likely candidates, including a few relics we believe originated in the ancient Sload kingdom of Ulverkus. Let's get to the central rotunda and begin our search there. Mephalah's Daedra! They sealed the chamber!
I sealed this place, mortal flea! Move now!
webs. Burn it away so we can enter the rotunda. Another Daedric intrusion?
My apologies. Daedric interference and Artaeum's own defenses delayed my arrival. Mephalah's webs? Ah, I hate those things! Allow me. Damn it! You found me again! I'll return when I can!
A champion of Meridia? At least he was helpful. Keturah? I killed you. I remember our battle as clear as day.
You remember exactly what I want you to remember. And thanks to the orbs of Brockendrail, your deepest memories will be mine. Back one, this does not concern the likes of you.
Out here, quickly. We need to hurry if we're going to help the Right Master. It's a good thing I followed you after I alerted the rest of the Conclave. I think I can counteract Keturah's mind magic, but I'll need your help. Keturah is using the power of the Orbs of Barakandrel to enhance his mind magic and lock the Right Master in a mental grip. From what I can discern, the Sea Sload is flipping through his memories, as you or I would turn the pages of a book. An ancient implement. 3 matched orbs that our Relic Master believes originated in the Sea of Pearls. We long suspected they were connected to the Sea Sload. Keturah thinks the power of the relic will keep us from interfering, but I have an idea. Take this ward key. It will disable the protections on the repositories so you can locate the Ulvor staff and bring it to me. I can use the staff to breach the barrier and aid the Right Master. Just watch out for any lingering Yagra.
mind is my mind, Aegesus. Reveal your memories to me. You can't resist forever. The heart of transparent law will be mine.
We're running out of time. Whatever the Sea Sload searches for in the Right Master's mind, I believe it is close to finding it. Have you brought me the Ulvor staff? Excellent. And it appears to be in perfect condition. With the staff, I'm certain I can pierce the barrier and open a path to the Mindscape, where the Right Master struggles against Keturah. Not we. You. I need to remain here to anchor you to the physical world. And you're going into Keturah's mind. We'll use the connection between them to put you where you can actually hurt the Sea Sload within its own mindscape. Keturah's mindscape is the perfect place to hurt the Sea Sload. It's where he's most vulnerable. In a place where thoughts become reality, you'll be able to stop Keturah once and for all. Now touch this. Touch the Ulvor staff and enter the Mindscape.
You dare enter my domain, worm?
The Guardians to reveal each protected memory. You'll weaken Keturah and learn something at the same time.
A bargain is a bargain. The island for the heart of transparent law.
Yes, yes, just as we agreed. But only a portion of the crystal. We don't want to alert the Sapiarchs too soon.
Tell your fellow princes all will be well. The Right Master is no match for my mind magic.
So Nocturnal has assured me. Don't disappoint us, Keturah.
I lured you here for one purpose, worm.
Your abyssal cabal may defeat me, but you'll never stand against the entire Psijic Order.
Once again you fail to grasp the obvious. When the time is right, you will do exactly as I command. Until then, forget.
No!
The Right Master's waking up. You need to press on. You shall be eradicated. Forgotten.
Repeat my words, worm. Tell me what you must do.
I will enter the Crystal Tower. I will take the heart of transparent law.
Yes. Yes. Hide it away until I call for you to give it to me. Not even the princes must know where it is.
Hide the heart.
My memory shields! You destroyed them! Feel the crushing weight of your own insignificance! Fight well, but in this mindscape, I reign supreme!
It's shutting down. I'm taking the Right Master back to his study. You need to get out of there. Use the staff to exit the mindscape.
A sea Sload. Interesting. I haven't dissected such a specimen in an exceedingly long unit of temporal measurement. Valcerin took the Right Master to Kapora Tower to administer to his wounds. Luckily for you, I arrived in time to help Valcerin open a path out of the Sload's dying mind. What did you learn before the mindscape collapsed? Yes, I surmised as much. The triad of Daedric princes has become bold in its attempts to influence Nirn, though influence seems to be the least of their goals. The Sload, however, was unable to harvest whatever memory it sought from the Right Master. That revelation disturbs me. I feared the Crystal Tower was too tempting a target for the Daedric triad. I need to ponder the full implications of their plot. Meanwhile, I suggest you go to Kapora Tower and see how the Right Master is faring.